What's up, G?
The fly of a drone in this area is illegal.
No bueno.
I must arrest you for this.
Okay.
Jake Paul has, to no one's surprise, made news again for his misdemeanors. The influencer has been in the news many times for several reasons and received a lot of backlash for different reasons. Now, the Puerto Rican government might just arrest him. The star went there on vacation and, as usual, was up to no good. Stay tuned to find out why Logan Paul could be getting arrested by the Puerto Rican government. The social media influencer was spotted on a motorized golf cart at a private beach in Puerto Rico. It's made clear that such activity is forbidden, and this rule is kept in place to guard the turtles that were having their mating season. Logan might also have been there at the time. He is Paul's brother, who is also a celebrity in his own right, as reported by TMZ. The Secretary of Natural and Environmental Resources has demanded that the authorities investigate the incident. The Paul brothers recently acquired a $10 million waterfront mansion located in Puerto Rico on rent. This scandal hit the news not even a whole 2 weeks after Paul gained a lot of publicity for becoming involved in a physical brawl with Floyd Mayweather. YouTube sensation Jake Paul is now placed under investigation by the authorities in Puerto Rico because he recorded himself on a golf cart at a protected beach that he was not authorized to be at. The 24-year-old came on Instagram recently posting a small clip in which he was racing in the sand in the motorbike, which is against the law in that area. TMZ adds that Logan was also present at the moment and was driving a second vehicle, basically to say that he was an accomplice in the crime. Puerto Rico currently is in the midst of turtle mating season. The sea creatures wash ashore and copulate. Paul's video and his actions angered quite a few people, and the whole thing was labeled as insensitive and immoral, sparking outrage. He has since deleted the footage, but it was too late as the post had received its fair share of fame, and the territory's secretary responsible for watching over such matters has announced his plans to investigate further and see what happened. I have ordered an investigation to determine the circumstances surrounding the use of 2 motor vehicles on beaches that are presumed to be in Puerto Rico, is what Secretary Rafael Machargo had to say about the whole issue. Although Paul's video is utterly ambiguous and doesn't show the location of the video, the Department of Natural and Environmental Resources has warned its civilians and tourists that this type of activity has been made illegal to safeguard the local nature and wildlife, the release stated. Obviously, those who flagrantly violate rules are going to be penalized accordingly. Paul has so far remained quiet about the investigation. He posted a selfie that looks like it was taken in Puerto Rico. A palm tree is visible in the picture, too. He was seen in a private jet just a few days ago, but it is unclear where he was headed. I thought it was going to be more third world, Paul said when asked his opinion on Puerto Rico on a podcast. The star continued to say that he went there to take a look and fell in love with it. Both Paul brothers, as of late, have developed an interest in boxing, with older brother Logan, 26, planning on challenging Floyd Mayweather in a match on June 6th, as everyone already knows. The event has successfully acclaimed a huge hype for itself. The 2 stars came to a press event earlier to garner more publicity for their fight, where things grew rather intense. Jake Paul was present to be a cheerleader for Logan and had beef with Mayweather after the 2 rivals took verbal jabs at one another. Several hits were exchanged between the 2 before members of their groups joined in and had to break things off. Mayweather was recorded angrily yelling that he was going to kill him. Security were eventually obligated to disperse the fight, but not fast enough to save Jake from suffering some damage. Floyd Mayweather gave a stern telling off to his primary rival's brother, Jake Paul. After their angry skirmish last month at a press conference, the 2 were present at what was intended to be a promotional event for the much-anticipated match. Mayweather swearing to put him in a neck brace if he ever makes a fool out of him again. Paul was later spotted with a black eye after he ran off with Mayweather's hat. We have to admit, though, it was quite a bizarre scene as Mayweather pursued him around the place. Both Paul brothers have recently turned to boxing. A fistfight broke out between Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul during that same press conference earlier this month. This is not Paul's first run-in with the law, nor is it his first media controversy. His many indiscretions in the past have caused him to get a somewhat notorious reputation. He has a history of saying politically incorrect things, trespassing. There have also been sexual assault allegations. Let's take a look at some of those things. Jake earlier came under fire from fans because of a politically incorrect, insensitive comment he made about a Kazakhstani fan who requested a picture with the star while he was filming one of his daily vlogs. Self-driving Tesla drive-through prank. Jake asked the fan where he was from. It seemed harmless enough at the start. This question came because the fan spoke with an accent. The fan revealed he was from Kazakhstan. This is when he says something very rude and inappropriate. It sounds like you're going to blow someone up. You're like, send the nuke. Fans, critics, and basically everyone on social media called him out for this behavior and stereotyping someone in such an insensitive way that even someone who was previously a fan of the vlogger. In the vlog, he pranks drive-through workers and lets his self-driving Tesla car go into the drive-through without anyone inside. The prank was extremely inconvenient, and obviously the employees working the drive-thru were held up from carrying out their duties by the impractical joke. It was quite rude, but nothing to stir up a whole scandal and have the star blasted by the media. The vlogger showed off that he really didn't know his boundaries in an inexcusable way when the video progresses. And he says the racist, stereotyped, and insensitive words we just mentioned. To make matters worse, we must remind you that Jake's fan base mostly consists of pre-teens who are still very impressionable and could see this behavior as all right and something to be emulated. The fact that it was okay to even say this in the first place is alarming to say the least. What's even more shocking is that the vlogger didn't remove the footage of himself saying this while editing and putting the video together. Just goes to show how privileged and tone-deaf some celebrities tend to be. Viewers instantly responded and pointed out how unacceptable this behavior was in the comments section of the video. As expected, what followed suit was that the outrage was moved over to other social media platforms, once the news caught fire and was trending. Who doesn't love a good controversy? One of the paparazzi even attempted to get Jake to say something about the whole episode when he ran into the vlogger during filming in LA. But Jake didn't seem to even understand that he did anything outrageous. Back to the Puerto Rican incident. There are rumors that the whole thing could go further and Paul could be in serious trouble. Funny enough, this isn't even the first time the star has almost gone to jail and had clashes with the law. He seems to be completely remorseless. The FBI showed up with a search warrant at Paul's California mansion in relation to a robbery. To everyone's shock, found multiple firearms during the raid. He just finished shooting a music video and party at his mansion at the time, which hosted over 100 people. The production and furthermore celebration happened all while violating social distancing guidelines. Though the mayor of Calabasas slammed him for this problematic and careless behavior, it's safe to say these things aren't his biggest problem either. The star's California home was searched by the FBI because of a current investigation related to his arrest for vandalism and robbery in Arizona. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department reported that during the raid, police officers took several guns from his home. Now, sportsbooks are placing bets on whether he'll be incarcerated and when he'll finally open up and say something about all these events. The United States was recently facing riots, the hype on Black Lives Matter taking the media's eyes away from the ongoing pandemic. Following George Floyd's murder, the entire country stood up to fight and cry out for justice, which is when the looting took place. Paul was captured on security cameras at Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall, and the clip was shared across social media by videographer Andrew Blue. Paul was slammed with illegal trespassing. That's it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment down below letting us know what you think about the whole controversy. Thanks for watching. Until next time.